For insight, we turn to Joe Feldman. He's senior retail analyst at Telsey Advisory Group. Joe, a lot of these headlines make it look like retailers are feeling a little bit more optimistic. You look at Macy's numbers, you get a sense from Limited as well that, well, maybe buying's back. Is it a sense that the consumer's spending more, or is this simply the tickets are better because the price cuts aren't there?
No, actually, there's more traffic in the stores. We are seeing the consumer coming in and looking for goods. Ticket remains a little bit under pressure for a lot of the guys, but, you know, we are seeing an increase in demand with, again, people in the store. So I'm encouraged by it. It's the second straight month where we've seen some better than expected results. And granted, it's a small month, but it is a good, you know, bellwether, hopefully, for the year.
We saw Macy's, increase guidance a little bit there. We saw Gap guide Q4 earnings up about 50%. Does this say anything to you that we're looking at apparel sector actually seeing some traffic up, some buying happening?
Yeah, I think that's right. We are seeing some of that. I mean, even some of the discounters, you know, Target called out apparel for the first time in a while as being positive. So
that's
we are seeing that.
very important to their story, given how much of their product mix is in the discretionary sector.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so it's encouraging to see some of those discretionary categories. The home is another area that a lot of the retailers have been calling out as being better. Continues, you know, in the home furnishings, housewares, small appliances, all picking up across the board.
Now, I want to ask you about Walmart. It really dominated the recession, really the depths of it in terms of, catering on low price, dominating market share gains, really drawing in new consumers to their stores. But then in the past few weeks, we heard they're really reshuffling things at Sam's Club. 11,000 jobs now going to be essentially outsourced, not staffed by Sam's Club's employees. 300 jobs cut yesterday at Walmart headquarters. What's happening there with that reorganization?
I think, you know, Mike Duke's CEO for a year now, and we're starting to see some of his changes. Same thing with the leader of Sam's Club, Brian Cornell. We're starting to see these guys put their plan in place, and I think they're being aggressive. They're doing what any good company should do, trying to streamline, get more efficiencies. And, you know, yes, there is some collateral damage that does occur, but Walmart does a very good job of trying to outsource or replace people that did lose their jobs. And I think that they've done a very good job picking up market share during the recession. We think they're going to continue to do that going forward.
Is this a sign, though, that production costs are going up for them, that it's costing more to be manufacturing goods in China?
Yeah, I think we are going to see that from everybody across the board. But it is interesting that Walmart does direct source less than their competitors. And so it makes sense that they've been restructuring their global supply chain and, again, restructuring some of the organizational infrastructure to get better efficiency.
So are we going to begin to see more companies being forced to do this? Are you saying essentially that these efficiency increases are going to happen perhaps at the expense of jobs in the retail sector?
Well, we think that, you know, the retailers have learned to do without for the past 2 years, and so there are some areas where people had to leverage the employees that they had. And while we do think there will be an increase in labor this year as sales do start to pick up, some of that's going to be variable. We don't see like this big add back in labor going forward from an additional fixed cost, so to speak.
And that matters for consumers. Retail's often the first place that someone who loses their job looks to pick up work. Tell me what you do like in retail right now.
Well, you know, we still like Target. You know, I was encouraged. I know Target's numbers came in today a little bit disappointing on the same-store sales, but the truth is they had less clearance inventory and less. We think they're selling more at full price. They were selling more home and apparel, all of which is higher margin. So we're starting to see some of that, you know, profitability increase that should be there. So we like things like that. We like the home categories: Home Depot, Lowe's, Williams-Sonoma, names like that.